Hello and welcome to Runescape. So today saw the release of boss practice mode and a couple of changes to instances. So this means that you can go into a boss fight and not lose any stuff if you die, but if you kill it, you won't get any drops. None of your stuff will degrade, it will be safe. So just now I am at the Kalphite King lair. Obviously I can't do it by myself. I've only ever done it once with two people. So in the settings we have free for all. Friends only. Yeah, so we've got pin. And there's this box here which is the practice mode. We can choose the spawn speed, fast, standard. I imagine there'll be like, oh, that's fastest. There may be like hard mode on some of the bosses, such as the God Wars bosses. You can choose combat and maximum number of players. So if we start this, we should go in. And no drops or experience will be awarded, and your death will return to outside the encounter. I will probably die very quickly. I won't bother using food or anything. So this obviously works for a group boss where there's already instancing involved. I'm going to go and check the Araxxor, see if that's the same, because that is group bossing. Obviously, right, it should be dead. Yep, cool. It didn't last very long. I wasn't trying to last very long. If we go to Araxxor, that's a single. Well, you can do it with two people, but if you can't do that boss, there is no point you going, because only you're there. Whereas at least the Kalphite King, if you go in a group, it may not target you, and you can maybe get drops if you're going in a mass or something. So it's it was sort of easier to learn how to go and do a group boss like that. It's still useful to go and have a safe mode, but if you want to go with your clan or whatever. But if we go and find our ext file, then if you go to Araxxor and you just can't do it, like you're simply not good enough, you don't really want to go and practice, because you'll just die and you'll waste a lot of money. So something like Araxxor would be really good for practice mode. I may start trying to practice on it and learn how to do it. And after this we'll also go and check maybe some of the bosses which don't have instances and see if there's a practice mode on them, such as the Corporal Beast and also the Queen Black Dragon. So hopefully they do have practice modes, as it kind of makes sense. If there's practice modes on other bosses that are instanced, just all bosses in general should have a practice mode. Now where is the cave? Here it is. There's no icon on the meat map, which shows me a bit odd. So cross cap, run down. I don't think there's because obviously with creating an instance in like God Wars or something, or even on this, beyond this point, only those who can endure dangerous encounters should proceed. Start a custom encounter. So you can't change. Maximum players 2. Spawn speed standard. You still have to pay the entrance requirements. Yep, even if you're doing practice mode. So I guess that means it's still going to be expensive, and it's not too overpowered of just practicing on your own, making sure you can do it every time. But yeah, protection free for all. Pen and friends only. It's fine. And let's start it. Again, I'll probably die very quickly, I'm not really trying. But 200k isn't much. What happened there? Did the game lag out? Is the game still running? A bit confused. Oh, now I've entered it. Okay, so I have to click it after I've started this custom session. And down comes the big spider. To eat my face off. And obviously I don't really know how to do it. It's green, so it is range, so I got the better combat level. Maybe I'll get on to the next stage, but I don't know. It's got quite a lot of health. I've been bound. I should probably try and click out of this thing, because it's similar to the boss mechanic, which was in the previous quest that I did the video on. Let's actually... Well, actually maybe I shouldn't have eaten, because we're going to go and check out the next area. So I'll just sort of die. I'm clearly not doing enough damage. I'm just using Revolution now. I'm using Revolution and not Momentum. But obviously it only cycles through the first 4 things because I got it set up so that... yeah. So obviously I need to go and get better at getting out of that cocoon and stuff. So I could learn the boss mechanics, but it is 200k each time. Let us go to Kalphite Queen. No, not Kalphite Queen. The Queen Black Dragon. That's what I meant. I guess I could go to Kalphite Queen, because that wasn't an instance either. And that's a group boss, but then so is Corp. So I think I'll just go to Corp. So down we go. Last week's update I didn't do a video on. That is a beta where you can either have legacy mode with EOC interface, or you can have EOC combat with legacy interface, which I may go and check out at some point. I like the interface. The interface is what I like best, so maybe I'll go to legacy combat, because I really like my interface how it is. But maybe I prefer EOC combat to legacy, I'm not too sure. Anyway, investigate. Pass through. It doesn't look like there's anything about safe mode. No safe mode. So looks like creatures that didn't have an instance before still don't have an instance, so you can't practice on them. So the Queen Black Dragon you can't practice on, and that will be the same for Corp. So let's go to a bank quickly and get out a ring or a necklace, or a gamer's necklace, so you can teleport there quickly. So the instance bosses are Kalphite Queen, Virago, not Kalphite King, Kalphite King, not Kalphite Queen. There is Araxxor, the God Wars bosses, and I'm trying to think if there's any others. Don't really think so. I think that may be it. So there's not too many. It might be quite useful if there was like a practice mode on some quest bosses, which people find really difficult perhaps. That might be a cool thing, but I guess it's not quite the same because you don't get rewards for it. If we go to death, we could probably go and see it. So if we go through passage, custom session, it looks like there is a practice mode on Corp Beast, 300k requirement. We can choose the number of people. Increasing the number of people doesn't increase the price, so that's nice. So maybe there are other bosses. Maybe the Kalphite, the Queen Black Dragon just got forgotten about. don't really know. Which means maybe I should go and check out the Kalphite Queen. I actually mean the Kalphite Queen for once, saying it this time. I doubt things like Tormented Demons or Barrows I don't think that'll have a practice mode. I guess I can go and check that out too, just in case. So if I die, I should appear outside there completely safe, without losing any of my stuff. Obviously you should use a spear, and not just attack it with Drygores. Okay, and there I am. I'm out. I don't know if you're saying "are blessed" to me. Anyway, let us go to grid, and we'll go to the Kalphite Queen. I mean it this time. Let's go. Okay, I'm at the Kalphite Queen. There's a quick climb down. There was also, if I can climb back up, if I just click climb, there is a start join custom encounter. So that means that there is a instance version, a practice mode. However, you may notice a problem. I'm getting attacked by these things, so I'm going to have to kill this first before I can actually start the instance, because they will keep taking me out of the thing. The click box is a bit weird for it, but yeah. Start joining custom encounter, 100k per try. So again, cheaper, but maybe you shouldn't need too many of these to learn how to do it. But even if it wasn't in practice mode, 100k for the Kalphite Queen is quite a lot, I would consider, because its drops aren't worth very much. So good to know that there is a instance version, which is very strange that the Queen Black Dragon doesn't have a custom session thing. So let's go to Barrows, and I really don't expect there to be a thing for this, a custom session, but you never know, because it's countered by the boss by death. But so if I go search hidden tunnel, oh, just typical, of course I'd get that straight away. Let's go down, and my camera just got messed up. Search. Okay, and I'm just going to kill him. So clearly there is no instance thing for the Barrows. There's no instance thing for the Queen Black Dragon. There is for the Corp Beast and for the Kalphite Queen. So that is kind of interesting. They're both group bosses. You can do them as groups. So lastly, I'll go to death, and we can maybe go and see which other bosses I've maybe forgotten about. Obviously, all the God Wars bosses: Nex, Bandos, Zamorak, Armadillo, and Sarah. They will all have instance things because they've already got instances, so that's quite obvious that they will. But I'm curious as to whether some of the other bosses which didn't have instances before now do have an instance version. So let's go to actually no, I think we're able to go and view beasts. Yeah, we can view the bosses from here, so I didn't really need to go and do that. Dagnoth Kings. Now this might be something with a... Yeah, I imagine Dagnoth Kings will probably have a custom session built in, because you have to go through the trapdoor thing to get into them, and there will probably be an option there. Giant Mole, of course, that will have a practice mode. It's very easy anyway. Will this have a practice mode? Quite possibly. I'm curious about that now. I'd quite like to check that out. King Black Dragon, I imagine that will. It's a group boss, and again, a lever, so probably custom session available. These might also have a thing, but maybe not, because you require a key to get into them. Hopefully they do, because I'd be maybe quite curious to learn how to do them. And obviously Queen Black Dragon we've checked. and Virago we know, and Jad. So if I go off to we'll go to Kramja, and we'll go down to the fight caves, pit or something or other, and see if we can do a practice mode. Obviously the minigames themselves are safe, so technically there shouldn't be a practice mode, but maybe it will jump you straight to the boss, and you can practice on the boss, just so that you're not wasting loads of time trying to get there in the first place, if you know that you can't do it. So this will give you good practice on Jads if it's possible, and then obviously if you get good practice on Jads you can go to the other one, and if you've practiced on Araxxor then you should be able to go straight and do it all. The only thing I sort of had problems with last time was Dill, but if there is an option, that is something I will be going for. Ceasing's cape, just a general all-rounder cape, it's not as good, so I would quite like that. Maybe I should have got the toggles though, because I'm not really sure where I'm going, as this place is so confusing because I don't come here often enough. Okay, keep running. Okay, must be around there. Yeah, that will be one. Although that might not be the right one, but hopefully it is. So which one is this? This is the fight kiln. So what does quick play mean? Select an option. Fast. Okay, we're in. Do we get an option to go straight to the boss? No, because he's clearly said Zil attack. So we're going to have to kill Zil. So there isn't a quick... I seem to remember they talked about it, but I guess they've not put it in. So that's a bit of a shame, but I guess it was a safe game anyway. Let's just get out of here. And we shall go and buy a key. I seem to remember that maybe Quintus is probably the cheapest one. So we'll buy a Quintus key and we'll see if there is a practice mode on the Legionnaires. And then I think that will be it. So it's a bit, I don't know, inconsistent, but at the same time any boss that had an instance of 4 probably does. So apart from the Green Black Dragon, everything else seems okay. So Quint. That should buy. Yep. I've never been here before, to be honest, so I'll suck. But maybe I'll start going, but at the same time I just like getting keys to make my money. I also don't know where Quintus 1 actually is, so I'll have to check the doors, find out which one it is. Maybe I don't even need a key if it's a practice mode, but at the same time you do have to pay normally, so a key price seems fairly reasonable if you're paying 300k or whatever for a practice run. I imagine you probably shouldn't be using melee for these things. Let me jump over this thing. This guy, or this Queen Black Dragonling. So that'll probably be 6 or 1. Then That's just a big room. Okay, there's 3 options here. So, is there Gwent? Yes, Gwenters. We found it straight away. If we go for enter, is there any option? 95 Slayer. Okay, so never mind. I don't have 95 Slayer. I have 94 Slayer, and I'm very close to it. So I can't go and test this out just now. But looking at it, I don't know. Let me know if there is or not. But I think that will do it for today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.